Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if Taurus appears anywhere in your chart, then this reading is for you. Also, if you're new to this channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe and click on the little bell so you're sure to get notified whenever I upload new content. And if you would like a personalized reading from me, you can contact me at midnightmoontarot@gmail.com. My other information is in the description box below. You'll find links to my other social media, my Patreon, PayPal, and there's some really cool links to some things I think you guys would like on Amazon. Alright, so let's just go ahead and jump right into this reading. This is for the 10th to the 20th of August 2019. This is mid-monthly. And let's just go ahead and jump right in, okay? What are the love messages for Taurus for mid-month, August 2019? What are the love messages for Taurus mid-month, August 2019? What are the love messages for Taurus for mid-month, August 2019? Okay. Let me go one more time. What are the love messages for Taurus for mid-month, 2019? Okay. I'm going to divide these up. The bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is going to be the overall energy for this particular reading, and as we go through our reading, I will show you how this card will relate to the different cards in your spread. Okay, go ahead and lay out. Okay, Five of Pentacles and Four of Cups, okay? You may have felt in the past as if, or recently, currently, leading up until now, that you've been kind of left out in the cold, maybe abandoned, that the person that you have your deepest feelings for has not had time for you, or has ignored you, or completely abandoned you. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting, is the feeling of abandonment, and where you may have received other offers of love, others that are showing you that they have an interest in you. You just haven't been feeling them. It's like, when you're hungry but you don't know what you want to eat, and people offer, suggest something, and it's just not what you want. Or if you want to go on vacation, and they'll suggest the mountains or the beach or whatever, and you want to go on an adventure, you just don't know, you're not sure, nothing's really tickled your fancy. That's a funny expression, but you know what I mean. So where you may have been feeling ignored or left out or abandoned, and you're not really wanting to be alone. Nobody is particularly catching your interest. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands and the Four of Wands in reverse. And you may have felt as if you've lost your soulmate, as if all the things that you had planned for your future just didn't work out. They just they just completely just vanished right before your eyes. It's kind of the feeling. And so that leaves you looking forward to the future. He's got this globe in his hand as if it's a crystal ball. He's gazing out over the waters, imagining what his future would be like without the love of his life. That maybe if he just goes about and goes out into the world and looks around, maybe he won't be so bored with the things that he's currently being offered. You got to get out there and make yourself visible, make yourself known, fix yourself up, you know. Okay, so we have the Hierophant and the Fool, and both are major arcana cards. That's a very strong message there. So you need to think about, and also being a 2, and this is the 2, it's about making decisions. It's about trying to choose what's right for the best outcome for everybody involved, for yourself especially. Thinking about these new beginnings, thinking about, starting over, what the world can offer to you, and just really make a concerted effort to think about what it is you really have in your heart's desire. If you feel like you need to wait on this person, that may be what you need to do. Seeing how all the offers of love being presented to you are not what you want. You may be more immersed in your divine feminine, which is about waiting, which is about, you can go on a date and you can kiss someone else, but that connection is just not there. You're just not feeling it. So you're looking forward to these new beginnings, and hopefully hoping that maybe you can replace that. All right, so we have the Strength and the 3 of Pentacles. And the Strength card, being now that the Lion's Gate is open and all these new changes are coming in, and we're in Leo season, you're going to be able to draw on some of that that inner strength, and be able to project yourself out there, make yourself noticed. As far as work goes, people are going to take notice of you. You may be offered a new job. You may be offered a job in a new city, and considering, taking that on and moving, and that could be your new beginning, and hopefully you could maybe even find new love there. Okay. This is the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. Okay, so you feel again as if you have lost your soulmate. This is someone that you have just a very, very, very deep bond with, one that is unexplainable in so many ways. There may have been, it looks more like a twin flame. There may have been a lot of arguing, or petty arguing, or you always wanting to be right, or your partner always wanting to be right, or both of you always wanting to be right. So there's always a lot of like petty arguing that really had nothing to do with anything, but it would cause a lot of hurt to each other. Okay, which may be the reason why your partner decided that maybe they needed to go elsewhere or leave because they could not tolerate the petty arguing, name calling. This card is like, you winning the battle, but you didn't win the war. What is the point of that? When you have these twin flame relationships, they're about learning to compromise and growing together, so that both halves of the couple are satisfied and happy. Nobody wants. See, he's just walking away. He's won the argument, but he's walking away, and it's making you feel kind of lost, kind of homeless, not necessarily physically homeless, but when we are with our twin flame, we feel as if we're home. So when we have lost that, when we've lost that connection, when we've lost the hope of that happily ever after, we do tend to feel hopeless and homeless, because our partner is our home. Alright, so you have Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and again, you could be in your divine feminine at the time, and just completely displaced without your partner. Your focus is on that relationship, is on the stability, is on having your home and your happiness and your true love with you, okay? But because of the petty arguing, you were left to feel, like you're always having to be defensive. Sometimes some of the lessons we have to learn is that we don't always have to be right. That the other person's happiness is just as important as yours. And sometimes in order for us to be happy, we have to make sure the other person is happy. Reach that compromise so that we don't feel left alone, or we don't end up being left alone because of ego and such. And so that we can have this with our soulmate and become focused on this. But right now, you feel displaced. You feel like you've been booted off your throne, as if you are no longer the most important person in your person's life. Okay. So we have the Eight of Swords and the Empress in reverse. And the Eight of Swords is making you feel as if you were kind of trapped, that you were kind of bound to these, to this relationship. You don't have to be. You can walk away. You can seek other things in your life. You can work on your personal growth. You can work on all the things that happened in when you were in union with your partner, because when you are reunited with them, you want to be able to have this Empress turn back around and be in the upright position. But because she's in the reverse, when she's this way, it's all about fertility and growth, not necessarily reproductive, but it can be. But since this is a love reading and there's no third-party stuff going on here, it's not about pregnancies or anything. It's more about feeling as if, there's no more growth. You're stagnant. You're stuck in this position of feeling like you have nowhere to go. Emotionally, spiritually, and it looks really sad. It looks really, really sad. But this is an illusion. She's not about to fall off into the ocean. It's just a tiny puddle of water. These bandages are loose. She could shake free of them. These swords do not completely surround her, but because she's blinded and she can't see the forest for the trees, so to speak, she is under the illusion that she's trapped in these emotions. But sometimes we have to take that leap of faith and take opportunities that are presented to us, and where do you go? And move on just a little bit. And sometimes, we may be bored with these offers, but you never know. When we are presented with offers, if we don't take them, if we don't try them out, then how do we know? Even if the ultimate goal is to be reunited with your twin, these relationships during the separation from the twin are just as important, because they reinforce the fact that no matter what happened, you never stopped loving them. You never stopped feeling that connection with them. You could be going to a wonderful event with your new partner. You could be making love with your new partner, but your mind is always on your past mate because you haven't been able to cut that connection. And it is kind of a mental connection, because intuitively we feel our partner and we don't want to let go. We want to remain in that position, but this journey is about growth, and in order to do that, we need to take on all the things that come our way, all the things that are offered to us, whether they're people, opportunities, travel. We need to do that so that we can grow as individuals, and during that time we are deep on our self-reflection. And you know, we can take that time to hone our craft, to make arrangements and plan for our future, so that, you know, when we are reunited with our soulmates, we can have a better and more prosperous future, and that will enable us to put more back out into the world, and help, you know, make the world make the world better, however that might be. Okay, well, we see that the Sun card is here, and this is like really strong Gemini energy as well. And you know, it's Leo season, but I feel that this Gemini energy may be some really wonderful new opportunities coming in for you. This is absolutely the Empress turning back around. There will be new growth once you do this. Once you're able to take your time, realize that you can move on, that even though you have this twin, you are complete by yourself, and that you can have experiences outside of your twin that enable you to have this growth, so that you can bring these new opportunities back into your relationship, and you know, have a better future, so that there's not always all that petty arguing and defensiveness, and feeling like you always have to explain yourself. Okay. All right. So again, you're still feeling the loss of your twin, and feeling as if you don't want to be a beggar. You don't want to have to feel as if, you know, you are stalking or annoying your partner. You don't want to. You need to give them the space that they need, so that they can like set these burdens down for a while, and you know, continue their growth. Okay, we have the Hierophant reversed. And, you know, what this says to me is that you may, you know, like that old song about losing your religion, or that old saying about that. Don't lose your faith. Don't lose your hope. You know, there's miracles every day. Sometimes we don't even see all these beautiful miracles coming our way. Just, you know, hang in there. All hope is not lost. Okay, so Two of Pentacles, and so this card is showing that your partner may have left because they felt as if you were uncaring and focused only on yourself and your interest in the things that you wanted to do, and you left them feeling in emotional turmoil or anxious or things. So this is maybe one thing that you can learn from your separation, is that sometimes you need to put the other person's needs first. And you know, this can always be reversed. This may be your partner, not you. You may have felt that from them. Okay, so the Hermit means that, you know, definitely don't lose your religion. You know, spend time in deep thought. These are like really serious little cards here, and every one of them is major arcana, in which these are like super strong energies. And what they're saying is, take time, think about things, pray about things, decide what it is you really and truly want, watch your step, watch your path, grow. And because this Empress can be for you as well. This can be about, you know, after you decide what it truly is in your life, if you want to work on this relationship, if you want to move forward in a new direction, if you decide that you want new relationships in your life, just to prove to yourself that this person, that this twin is actually your twin, that they are the one that you want to come into divine union with. And if you once you do that, you have the Ten of Cups, which is your, which can bring this again and bring your happily ever after, and put this all back in perspective for you, where you are able to, put aside your pettiness and put aside your pettiness and arguing and what appears to be selfishness and too much ego, to care about your other person so that they don't feel like they're a beggar. And when you do, and you can provide this, to your twin, it does look as if you will have a very successful and loving future. I want to see more about your twin and who they are. Well, we have the King of Wands, which says to me that, you, after your growth, and this is Leo season, and this king represents fire and the fire signs. This says to me that you most very likely may be involved with a fire sign, or it can show that you are now willing to become more of a loyal and fun-loving person. It also can mean if you are Aries, Taurus cusp, you are coming more into your own self, or if you have Aries heavy in your chart, that this is just another side of you that you're going to allow to grow and to come out of you, a side that maybe you've kept repressed. You may have had people treat you poorly, or in your life, or treat you like you were an outsider, or treat you as if these two, you may have felt in your life as if you were treated like you were on the outside, that you were always misunderstood. But with this particular Leo season that we're in, you can come more into yourself and show that, with this leap of faith, with these new beginnings, with this Empress now in the upright position, that you've come into yourself, and you can allow, a lot of burdens for you are just about to be laid to rest. A lot of the things that you've been waiting for, to pass, so that you can focus on your future. All this is coming up. Okay, so we have the third party situation, and certainly that's always a situation where someone's heart is broken. I don't know if this was you, or if your partner had a third party come into this situation, but somebody's heart is broke. And sometimes this is not always what happens. You can be led to be, you can lead someone to believe you are in a third party situation when you're not, simply by your actions. If you don't have anything to hide, there is nothing to hide. If your partner doesn't have anything to hide, then there shouldn't be things to hide. You don't need to act suspicious if there's nothing going on. I don't really feel like there is a third party situation, because I don't see anything of that coming up. I've seen that you've had offers that you're not interested in. Okay. All right. So as you're able to do this, and as you come into this Leo season, and as you come back into your power, oh, well, look here. Well, here's the King of Pentacles. So, right, definitely. So as you come back into your power, as this Leo season comes entering in, as we speak, then we would definitely see that your luck is changing, and that you're able to offer these Nine of Cups to your beloved again, Okay? And I think that this is like a really good reading. It just shows me that basically, in a nutshell, we need to work on our personal growth, figure out what the lessons were that you had with your twin, and work on those things and put them past there. Don't feel as if you're hopeless. Look forward to your future. Stop being selfish. Or maybe if this is your partner that was selfish, that left you feeling anxious and sad, maybe understand, and vice versa. Your twin can also understand that sometimes we behave this way because we're hurting inside, because sometimes the speck here is our own emotions. It's not always the emotions of someone else. So you could hurt that. So you can move forward with your new beginning as the King of Pentacles and start your new life. Okay? But anyway, that is your reading. And again, thank you so much for coming to my channel and supporting me. And I appreciate all your emails and all the personal readings. And I have a couple this afternoon I have appointments for, and I just want to say thank y'all so much for that. And I love you guys and appreciate you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.